All right, so if you're watching this video, you probably already watched like 5 or 6 others that totally don't work. So I'm going to show you how to do this and prove that this is legit as fast as possible so that you know I'm not wasting your time. So this is TinyTask. It's basically an auto clicker. What you do is you hit record and you can do anything with your mouse you want. Like let's say some crazy 8s, right? And then you stop, hit record again. If I hit continuous playback, it's already checked, and I hit play, I'm not touching my mouse. It's doing it for me. And I can actually use this to get a whole lot of money in Adopt Me, and I'll show you how. You can actually get $5,000 every single night you leave this on without playing the game whatsoever. All right, so you're probably thinking like, you know, that's great and all, that's actually pretty neat, but how does this actually help us get money in Adopt Me? If you play Adopt Me, you know that as a baby, you get paid for taking care of yourself. So as you can see, I'm hungry at the moment. If I eat this sandwich, I should get anywhere around $8, I think that's what it is, to basically take care of myself. And this works for a lot of different things too. I got $6 basically for doing nothing, for eating a sandwich. And you also know that this happens every now and then, like every few minutes you'll get a new task, you got to take care of yourself in some different way, like you'll get hungry or you'll have to drink something. Like you have to take care of yourself basically in order to keep getting money. But because I have this looped auto clicker, it'll keep taking care of me even when I'm not at my computer, when I'm AFK. So if I hit record, click on the tab, click on this to grab water, and then just click a ton of times to drink the water. I'm doing it now, right? I'm actually doing it myself. Click off and hit record. That's great. Now if I hit continuous playback and hit play, I'm not touching it. It's taking care of my character for me. I'm not even doing it. So whenever I actually need to drink in the game, it'll take care of it. It'll just keep drinking all night long. And this is actual sped up footage of my computer with a clock, an analog clock next to it, so that you guys can see this is legit. Like it would be incredibly hard to fake this. This is my monitor running on a time lapse with a clock next to it ticking in real time. I actually recorded my screen with the trick working for the entire 8 hours, and if you want to get the unedited raw video file of that just for more proof, it's in the description down below. Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, I'm Braegon or Braegon, and I'll be showing you guys for the rest of the video how to use this trick, how to use TinyTask, whether or not it's legit, because I'm sure a ton of people are going to go to the comments and be like, it's a hack, it's a virus, it's a trap. So I'm going to show you guys like it is actually legit, and I can prove it too. I'm not going to tell you to download something from a random link. I'll show you guys like how it works, basically how to use it, how to set the trick up, and how to avoid like bugs or if you get kicked randomly or just random things like that. Like say you get kicked for an activity, I'll show you how to keep that from happening. Just basically how to do the trick in general. So, and there's our paycheck. That's actually very important in the trick too. Also, I don't know if it has any validity or not, but I'm the same guy that made the Jailbreak TinyTask video like a year ago that went kind of viral. Now, if you search for Jailbreak free money, I'm the only search result because it was the only video that actually wasn't clickbait. So this trick works by taking care of you and your pet without you actually being at the computer, because we all know, like, I don't know what your schedule is like, but I can't just play Adopt Me for 8 hours a day. Like, you probably get really sick of it, but I've also got school. Like, if you've got a life, you can't just play Adopt Me for 8 hours a day. Like, maybe if you're 5 or 6 years old, like, okay, well, if you're 5 or 6 years old, you probably don't know how to get on YouTube, or Cop is going to be coming after me soon. But all right, so to show you how to use this trick, I've actually got to show you how to use TinyTask. So if you already know how to use TinyTask, skip to whatever time is like right there. And yeah, all right, so with TinyTask, you're going to see we have 6 main options. We have open, save, record, play, .exe, and pref. So we're only going to worry about 3 of these. We're only going to worry about record, play, and prefs, like your settings. So open isn't really a big deal. We'll get into this later. Save is just if you want to like save a recording. All right, so if I hit record right here, it's going to record my actions. So if I click it and then I do something really dumb with my mouse, like a loop, and then I come back and click record again, it'll stop the recording, and now it just recorded that loop and knows what to do. So if I move it and I click play, I'm not touching my mouse. It's going to do that loop-de-loop for me. Anything you do, it'll remember how to do and do for you again. Now it works for words too, which is really, really neat. So if I hit record right here and I click off and click on Notepad on the very corner and I type works dash, click off, click record to stop the recording and hit play, it should keep typing that over and over and over again for me. So I could literally leave and come back and have like thousands of words that just say works, which is really, really neat. Mainly programmers use this tool so that they can do programming and that sort of thing. Or if you have to name like 1,000 files, the same thing. It's neat for that. I'm a little bit of a programmer. I know some of that myself, but I'm going to put it to good use and show you how to get free money in a kid's game. All right, so do everything I do exactly the way I'm doing them, and don't do anything else. If you have any other problems, I'm going to explain all the problems you could possibly have with this. So if it's not working for you, that's totally fine. But for now though, if you do exactly everything I do, you shouldn't have any problems with it. Sorry, that sounds like super bossy. All right, so I'm going to hit record click on the tab, click on nothing, click on the floor. All right. Then you want to click on cash out, preferably right here where you don't think any of the buttons are. Right there. All right. I'm going to click on the water trough. I'm going to click on cat. Now you want to move your cursor to the floor and don't click on anything for 20 or 30 seconds. Whether your cat's thirsty or not, just wait way longer than you actually need to. You want to wait like 10 or 15 seconds without actually doing anything. And now that we're sure the cat definitely had enough to drink, you want to click on this water fountain for some water for yourself. Click on the floor. Just click a ton of times. Basically click until the water's gone, and then a few more times after that, just to make sure that if something glitched, it would still drink the water for you. So you want to click more than you actually have to, and like be extra patient. We're going to click on the food dish, click on cat, move the cursor off to the floor, and don't do anything at all for quite a while. Like, you want to wait. Even though the cat doesn't have to eat, you want to make sure he has enough time that if he did have to eat, he would be able to. So you want to wait, like, I want to say 10 or 15 seconds. Like, it's probably long enough already, but I'm going to wait extra time just in case. All right, that's definitely enough. We're going to click on the bed, click on cat. Never click on you. Click on cat. We're going to let him sleep. Whether he has to sleep or not, it might not show that he has to sleep for you. But you're going to want to wait quite a while, too. Come on, sleep faster. Click on the bathtub. Click on cat. And let him sit there for a while. Now, I want to make sure you know, don't get up from whatever you're in. You can stand against the wall. Don't ever click on your own avatar. Don't click on the menus, and don't click off of whatever you're in. If you want to stay in the same spot, even if your guy's thirsty right now, even though I just drank something, it'll take care of it the next time it cycles. Stay in the same spot. Don't move your avatar, and whatever you do, don't move your camera. I'll show you why in a minute. That's going to be one of the problems that people normally have. Don't move your camera and don't move your avatar whatsoever. You just want to sit here for a minute, and now that it's repeated, click off. Click record, end the recording, and you want to move TinyTask away from what it was. That way every time it loops, it won't start a new recording. Just move it somewhere other than where it was. Shouldn't be a big deal as long as it's not on top of your game. Make sure continuous playback is selected, and then hit play. And now, as you can see, it should do all of these for me when I'm actually gone. It should click, and if there was a menu to pay me, it would select it so that it wouldn't get in the way of actually playing the game. Like, it would click the menu, the paycheck for me, in case it was there. That's why you have to make sure you do that, so it clicks where it would be, because it will pop up in the middle of the night. You want to make sure it goes away. See, I'm thirsty now. I became thirsty while it was looping, so it'll let me drink the water, and then I'll get paid, and I haven't actually earned this money. I'm not doing anything at all, just sitting here talking. And then after it does that, I'll basically get paid for drinking. It'll let the cat eat, let the cat sleep, let the cat use the bathtub, and then it'll keep looping that over and over and over again. Now, I'll show you why. I'll show you some of the problems that people normally have with this, like if you move your camera and it doesn't work, or if you get up from where you are and it doesn't work. I'll show you some of those problems and why you can't do that. But as long as you don't click any of like the typing keys, as long as you don't click anything on your keyboard, as long as you don't click your camera button on your mouse, like right click and drag, you should be absolutely fine. But you want to make sure that's all you did. You want to make sure you wait for that paycheck menu. Make sure you wait for that paycheck menu, and make sure you get that just right. You guys can kind of see what I mean, and also speed up my money. I'll leave it on for 10 minutes. So I won't get that much money in 10 minutes, but you can kind of see it working. So as you can see, I left it on for 10 minutes and we actually got a decent chunk of money. Now that's only 10 minutes. If you left it on for 8 hours, you'd have way more, like more specifically $4,000 or $5,000. And it kept working. You could see it like kept looping through all the tasks. It doesn't do a few things like you don't go to school, but you know, it's not really important anyways. All right, so now that I've showed you how to do it, I'm going to run over a few things that might be causing you problems if it's not working. Braegon, I'm stuck smelling the wall. What you probably did is you probably hit record and then you went to the game and then you moved slightly, which is why I was in the bathtub, because you can't do this, but you press like the D key and then you clicked off and you did that. And as you can see, if you do that over like minutes or hours or whatever, it'll move you in one direction a little bit more every single time. And eventually you'll wind up like in a corner or hitting a wall or even outside of your house or something. One of them is that you moved your camera. The reason why you can't move your camera is, as you can see, if I click on this, move my camera slightly, and then stop the recording and play that. If you leave this on, even if it's only moving my camera a tiny bit, over hours and hours and hours, it'll move it a little more in one direction each time. And so you wind up looking at something totally random, or you click on a menu, all the buttons will move based on where your camera is. So if all the buttons move, it'll click in the wrong spots. And that's overall why you can't move your camera if you're using this trick. You just want to stay away from that right click button. when you're recording the task, or else it won't work. If you wind up with something weird happening like this, that's why. Braegon, help, I'm stuck in the backpack. Well, basically what probably happened is you let it loop wrong and you accidentally clicked on the backpack at some point during the night, and it's just stuck like this. This is why you've always got to make sure your buttons are far enough apart and you don't click on yourself. You always have to make sure you have enough room and you click in the right part of the screen. Braegon, help, my computer gained consciousness and started smoking and grew legs and now it's trying to shoot me. I don't know, I'm not liable. All right, so I just realized my last video that had like 500,000 views, I forgot to tell people how to stop TinyTask, and like I wouldn't be surprised if a few hundred kids freaked out and thought they got infected by a virus. So
get noob.
Press Control, Shift, Alt, and R at the same time. And if you don't think you're going to remember that, go into the settings, go to recording hotkey, and press F8 or F12. I use F8, so if I ever get it stuck in a loop where it won't stop and it won't let me move the mouse, I just press F8 several times. It'll record an action, stop it instantly. It'll basically stop it from playing. And that way it doesn't loop your cursor over and over again and make it hard to stop. All right, so a lot of you are probably wondering, well, what is TinyTask? Is it legitimate? And if you actually Google what is TinyTask, Google says TinyTask is one of the most useful tools for Windows users, especially the ones who are often troubled by repetitive tasks. With this free Windows automation tool, you can easily record and repeat actions. The program lets you record processes, which can be used as macros with the click of a button. Technically, it's a macro, which is basically what AutoClickers are. But the cool thing about it is it can run totally offline. And I'm going to have a lot of comments saying it's a hack or whatever. If you Google what is a hack, hacking is when you use a computer to gain unauthorized access to data in a system. This works totally offline. It's not messing with Adopt Me at all. It's not messing with the programming. It doesn't break Roblox TOS at all. Basically, all it's doing is the same thing an AutoClicker would. And technically, the Adopt Me dev could reset your progress if you use it, but I really doubt they would ever do that, and there's like no chance of losing your account to Roblox, because again, it doesn't break the TOS and it runs completely offline like an AutoClicker would. I'll put the link in the description for the Softonic download. Don't go to some scummy website. Softonic is very trusted for downloads and this sort of thing. It's not a virus if you download it from Softonic, so make sure you use the link in the description. I don't want any of you to get a virus, so don't go to any like crappy Reddit posts or anything to get it. Use the Softonic link from that website and get the official version of it. And yeah, that's basically how you get TinyTask. Now, I will say, I don't know if this trick works on Mac. You'd have to use an alternative program for Mac. There might be some available. I'll look into it, but I'm pretty sure this trick won't work on mobile and it won't work on Mac either. You have to be on a desktop PC in order for this trick to work, or a laptop. Doesn't have to be a PC. If I find out a way to do it on Mac though, that could be another video. All right, so now that we have that down, if you are curious what the open and save and exe download things do, if you hit record and you do an action like that, hit it again. This is only for if you're curious. You don't actually have to know how to use these. You can I'd want to say save it. You can save it as a .record, as like, you know, something, and then you can open that something .record and play it. It'll do the exact same thing. That way you can like set multiple tasks. We're not going to worry about that. You don't need it for this trick, and honestly, you don't want to use it for this trick. It's just in case you were wondering what it was. And you can also download another person's recording as an exe. Just, I wouldn't do this because it could actually be an unsafe file. It could be a virus. But if you are a programmer, that's what that's for. It's for contacting with your dev team and downloading their recorded actions and that sort of thing. All right, so I really hope this video helps you guys out, and it should work just fine for you guys. If you have any issues, please let me know in the comments down below. But I actually need your help with something. I was looking down the YouTube video list, and a lot of these videos are really scammy, and they try to get kids to click on these free money links and that kind of thing, and free Robux links just so they can scam them. It's really like disgusting that people do this, and I really think this video, like, I honestly think this video would actually help a lot of people out. So if you thought it was good, make sure to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, and if it doesn't work and if you dislike the video, please let me know why in the comments down below. Like, if you didn't think the video was good, dislike it. But again, like, please let me know why. I'm trying to make better and better videos all the time. Also, I live stream here on this YouTube channel every single Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And if you want to stop by, I stream a variety of Roblox games, that sort of thing. It's a really good time. And yeah, follow me on Twitch too, Braegon FTW. I stream there as well for non-Roblox stuff. And if you follow me on Twitter, it's at Braegon too. You can see what I'm doing if you're interested in the other types of content I make. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys again next time.